Who Hikers channel. Before the castle was actually haunted, which was normally hanging, hence the name Horrid Hill. Morning all, welcome to the Who Hikers channel. Those who have been here before, welcome back. Those that haven't been here, welcome to our channel. Hope you like it, and if you do, subscribe, and yeah, we'll keep you updated with stuff. So, where are we today? Well, in the backdrop there you've got Rochester Castle, so we're heading Rochester Castle back down to Rainham today, which is the next leg of the Saxon Shore. Who have we got with us today? Let's have a look. We've got Mr. Bartlett and we've got the Noakesy. So, morning.
Good morning all.
Morning all.
There we are, all raring to go, the team this morning.
Yep.
Happy days. Yeah, so Rochester, great little town. I'll give you some details. So a bit of interest with Rochester Castle. It was built in the 12th century. It's a normal castle built of Kent ragstone. When you go in there, you can still access the towers and the battlements today, and it gives you a great view of Rochester and the surrounding area. A little story for you: the castle was actually haunted. So, in 1264, the castle was held by a nobleman named Ralph Capo. The story goes the castle was under attack one day, and as the castle's defences were held firm and the enemy began to retreat, Capo at that point was absolutely bloodlust and wanted to go and chase his enemy away. But seeing Capo leaving the castle, a soldier named Gilbert de Clare, who had a real soft spot for Lady Blanche, who was Capo's fiancée, he entered the castle to go and look for her. He actually found her up on the battlements, and she was looking from one of the towers, watching the battle going on below. So he grabbed hold of her at the time and tried to make some advances, which she was having none of. So as she tried to fend him off, they got into a bit of a tussle. However, at that point, Claire looked up at the battlement, and all he could see was his fiancée in a grip with another man. In an absolute jealous rage, he drew an arrow from his back and shot it straight up at Claire. The arrow hit Claire, but unfortunately bounced off of his breastplate straight into Lady Blanche's chest and embedded itself straight through her heart, and she died instantly. And the legend is that Lady Blanche still walks the battlements to this day with the arrow hanging out of her chest. So there you go, nice little story for you. Dead opposite the castle, you've actually got this absolutely momentous cathedral, which is the Rochester Cathedral, and that was actually established in AD 1604. It was the first time there was any consecrated ground there, and then the main building started to go up and be consecrated in the sort of 10th century. That's open daily. You can go and have a walk around the cathedral, and it's free. As for the castle itself, you can get around the grounds. The grounds are fantastic, and during the summertime in the grounds they actually have concerts and stuff that go on. But if you want to go to the tower, that will cost you, unless you're a member of English Heritage, I believe, where it's free. Yeah, English Heritage members, it is free, and under fives it's free, and everyone else has to pay. So two real predominant things in Rochester to go and have a look at. So walking down through Rochester, what else do we have? The Guildhall Museum is down at the far side of Rochester. That's one of the finest civic buildings in Kent that's still around. It was built in 1687, and if you go down yonder, it's down that way. Then moving around, you've got the Corn Exchange and plenty of other stuff down along that way. One of the most famous people for Rochester and the surrounding area is Mr. Dickens himself. As you walk around a lot of these pubs, you'll see loads of little signs and stuff like that about Dickens. So Dickens, the great writer, one of Medway's proudest claims to fame. He spent his childhood years in Rochester and in Chatham, so it's not just Rochester. but the times he spent down here had a great influence on his later life. Many of Dickens' characters that he wrote about all stem from around the Rochester area. But again, when you come down here, there's loads and loads of little antique shops and knick-knack shops and stuff like that, so absolutely fantastic. So Rochester's well worth a visit. You can come down, you can spend a day down here. There's so much to do and see down here. So you've got the all the Dickens stuff. You come down here at Christmas or come down in the May holidays, you've got the Dickens Festival, which is absolutely brilliant. You've got the castle to go and have a wander around, the Guildhall Museum, which is down the other end of the street, which shows Medway's timeline. Fantastic building. Cathedral from the other side, absolutely stunning, beautiful. So there's another interesting fact. This place here is the French hospital. This one that was actually here was built in '59, but originally about 1700s. The French hospital came about when the Huguenots fled from France after persecution from the Catholic government. So the Huguenots were French Protestants, and now the hospital's still here for any of the Huguenots or descendants of, to give them somewhere to live and care for. But yeah, not many people know it's here. It's quite interesting. Another little thing you can have a look at when you come down here. So today's trek, just get up to speed, takes us from Rochester, from the castle that we've just been speaking about, takes us all the way up along Rochester High Street, and then we'll go down through the back of Chatham. We're actually veering off of the main Saxon Shore. The main part of Saxon Shore goes up through the town of Gillingham, where, to be fair, there's not much to see. And now the new roads have been built, we'll try and follow the shoreline as best we can. It's just a better walk, to be fair. It's much nicer. So it will take us through Rochester, through the back of Chatham, and then we'll go down along past Chatham Docks, which we spoke about last time. And then from the docks we'll go down the Strand along the riverside and end up at Otterham Creek. There's plenty of facts to come, plenty of history around this area. People say there's nothing around Kent, but if you actually start to delve into it and look around, there's so much hidden stuff. I was just walking past the building now, that Acorn House. Yeah, I'll try and find some more stuff out about that, but there's a plaque on the wall, so it's all good. And the buildings down here are fantastic, so it's just a great day out. There's loads of places to eat, loads of places to drink. There's not a bad restaurant or pub down here, to be fair. But yeah, you'll hear people, especially the locals, run it down, but I think they do that in every town they live anyway. But the weather's looking a bit better today. Feels a bit warmer. So yeah, all very nice. I must learn to look when I'm crossing the road, otherwise I will get run over. See, my teammates helped me out there, can tell me to stop. So that was Rochester stretch done. I did do a lot of film along the high road because it is just a high road, full of nail bars and cafes and tanning salons and stuff like that, so they didn't really want to see that. So we've now got to do a quick reroute because the path is closed due to building works, which will take us up along the road, and then we'll be down by Fort Amherst. So past the old the Army Careers place where I signed on the dotted line many moons ago. So we're heading up towards there now, and we're heading up towards Fort Amherst, and when we get to the fort I'll give you a bit more info. So yeah, that's Fort Amherst, that's the entrance to the fort, and it was put in there to defend the dockyard, which will come along in a minute. When you go in there, you can get in there, you can have a look around. There's nearly 2 miles of rampart and gun positions and underground tunnels. So as we come out of the Chatham area, we come to one of the most prolific parts of Chatham, which was the old dockyard. It once was a thriving naval base, and it covered over 400 acres of ground. Unfortunately, in 1984 it shut, and they split the docks up into 3 parts. Part of it is now the historic dockyard, where they preserve a lot of stuff. They've got a couple of old boats down there. They've got an old sailboat, a submarine, a ropery, loads and loads of stuff in there. They use it for film sets as well. I think a few of them are quite famous. The Midwife series on telly, that was filmed down there. The way that is, they split up into 3 parts. So part of it is now the historic dockyard. Part of it was for commercial use. They've opened up a shopping centre down there and a bit of a complex. And then the rest of it was used for the University of Greenwich and housing blocks. Something that's come down here is something that's definitely worth spending a day and going around through the dockyard. Fantastic place. As you walk up here, you'll see the sign for the Saxon Shore actually goes off to the right and then goes up that way. What we're going to do is we're going to follow this path down through here and then down past the dockyard. So let's walk it down here. There's a story of the great Gillingham tragedy of December 51. This is where a double-decker bus lost control and ploughed into a company of young cadets, Royal Marine cadets, which actually 24 of them cadets lost their lives and a number of them were injured. Really, really sad. For years and years and years I saw some signs on the wall with different town names on the wall, and I had to go and look at it and see what it was. Let me just spin you around and show you. So it always intrigued me what they was. I just thought they was place names. But it turns out that when the docks was in full swing and everyone was working, they was bus stops. So if you was headed off to say Gravesend, you stand by the Gravesend sign, a bus would come along and take you straight to Gravesend. So there you go. Not a lot of people know that. I certainly didn't until I had to look it up. So at last we get off the main road for a bit. So my apologies if there's lots of background noise with cars. Can't do a lot about them, but I'll try and cut as much out as possible. So we're just coming down to the old basin area and holding bins for the dockyard. And if you look over in the distance, a few of the hangars over there, I think you can just see a mast there right over in the far distance. And then as you walk down through, that's still some of the working areas of the historic dockyard. If you're ever down this way of a Sunday or on a summer's day, you get loads of guys on this little bit of water here running little remote control boats and stuff around, which is always quite good to see. And then they used to have a military fair down here as well. Second Sunday of the month is when it was. So just so you know, we're just following this way, and this does take you along here. This is part of the England coastal path now. And it should, by rights, take us round by St Mary's Island. Can't stop these two nattering. So you saw it at the start. So how are we getting on?
Yeah. I can. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right.
Good. Bit dry this time, Callum.
Yeah, got my shorts on.
Oh God.
Yeah, have a look. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So a reasonable trek down through Rochester, Chatham. Now going to head down through the lower part of Gillingham. Like I say, it's a lot of road walking down through there, so lots of car noises, but plenty of places to get a brew down there or something to eat, and a pit stop if you need it. It's probably one of the only stretches where it's a lot of town walking. But again, steeped in history. There's loads of stuff to go and see and talk about down there. Well worth if you're ever in sunny Kent, spending a day or so just walking around. Living on top of it, you kind of forget everything that's down here. But summertime, it is a very, very popular area, well worth a visit. So just as we leave the old historic dockyard, and you see over in the distance there, probably can't, you still see a little bit of the old Rochester Castle there. But yeah, so a great day to come down here. Loads of history, loads of ships were built here in the past, and then you can see that there is a mask of one of the ships that was built here many years ago, HMS Undaunted, I think it was called. Yes, it was. Launched in 1861. I'm not clever, I can just see it on a sign plaque that's written down there. So yeah, so leaving the historic dockyard and then going over to the new area of the dockyard, and this part follows the new coastal path, which is a new one for me because I've not actually done this stretch before, so looking forward to seeing what's around there. So as we walk down here, as you can see over there is Upnor Castle, where we was a couple of weeks ago, just before we got absolutely soaking wet. So if you've seen our other video, you'll know that from Upnor Castle we walked down along to see that green building, right away along there, and then we actually came out over there. That's the bit we didn't film because we got absolutely soaking wet. So yeah, Upnor Castle. If you look at the last video, cooling to Rochester Castle, you'll see some blurb about Upnor. And once again, right over in the distance, you've got the barges that was built for the Dutch Army accommodation. And then, if you remember, I think we showed you the shoreline as well. So there you go. So this is actually now coming up onto St Mary's Island. Let's go along here. There's a better view of them accommodation barges that we spoke about last time. The ones that I thought were prison barges. A bit of a better view of the castle there and the rest of the Medway. And then back up along the shoreline. Oh my, I don't you see that? Madness, the guy in a rowing boat. Jesus. Fair play to him. So just stopped off and had a bit of a bite to eat and a brew, which was really nice. We're just back onto the Saxon Shore now. You see, I'll show you the picture of it. We come down over the roundabout, you go on to Gillingham Strand. So Gillingham Strand is right down by the river, very, very popular in the summertime. It's got one of the last of the outdoor swimming pools left in the county, I believe. It gets really busy down here. There's kids park and there's a miniature railway. There was a 9-hole golf course down here. I'm not sure it's still here or not. It went through some regeneration a little while ago, but quite nice. Quite nice to come down and have a picnic and just watch the world go by. So we're back on the Saxon Shore now, and then we're going to be heading up along the riverside, and you'll probably recognise the riverside if you've watched a few of the other videos. So as you carry along through the strand, come out outside the strand, and just follow this little path, takes you between the boatyard. So as you come out that little path, I just thought I'd show you these. I'm not going to film inside the houses, but there's a nice little set of houses over to my right. We look out on the river. And then as you come further down, some of the front gardens they got are fantastic, and they've done them up real nice. There you go. Other than the scaffolding, but you know, very nice to sit out there in the summertime, looking over the river and having a daiquiri or two. Yeah, beautiful. Then as you come out of the strand bit, come up a little bit of a road. You'll see a sign that takes you off to the Saxon Shore again. It takes you down a muddy trail, and then just follow that trail. You're back on the riverside, back in some peace and tranquility of the countryside. about 6.5 miles in now, onto the riverside, as I said a little while ago. It's quite pleasant. It's just starting to spit with rain a little bit, fits and starts. Hopefully it holds off for the rest of the day, and then we'll come up on Horrid Hill. A couple of stories about Horrid Hill, unfortunately not pleasant ones, but that seems to be the theme for this this video at the moment. Again, if you're ever down this way, the riverside is a cracking walk out. There's 2 or 3 places to park your cars along the roadside and then get out and just have a wander. You know, it's very accessible. Kids come down here, push bikes, dog walkers, you name it, they all come down here. And in the summertime again, it's a pleasant place to be. Mind you, when the wind blows, it certainly does blow down here. But so today, although it's overcast, we've had a couple of spots of rain, it's not too bad at the moment. Not as bad as the last one, I guess. So as you come around the corner, we've got what they call Sharp's Green. So Sharp's Green used to be a natural harbour where they used to load up the quarried chalk from around the area to send off to the local cement works. So if you look over in the distance, over that way, that there used to be an island. So back in the day when they was taking stuff out of Sharp's Green, said they could only do it by doing the barges at high tide. So what they decided to do was build a causeway out to the island, so then they could go and load their barges at any tide, because the water's still out there. And the workers called it Horrid Hill because of how bleak it was out in the winter. So that's one theory. One of the other stories about Horrid Hill was back way before the quarries were there. They used to have prison barges out on the Medway, and then when the prisoners used to escape from the barges, they used to head towards the island thinking it was the mainland and get trapped on there. And then the local police at the time, whatever it was called, would come out, catch them on the island, and then they would dish out the punishment, which the majority of the time was a hanging, and hence that's how they got the name Horrid Hill. So 2 theories: one, it was a bleak place to work, it was called Horrid Hill, and the other one is where they used to hang the escapees off the barges. I'll let you make up your mind of what one you prefer. I will try and have some good news stories whilst we're walking along, but it just shows you the hidden histories of the Medway towns. So we've had ghosts, we've had tragic accidents, hangings and floggings, so yeah, very interesting walk, hey? So we're just walking all the way along the riverside now, and then just come up to what they call Blower's Wharf, which was another part of the industrial area many moons ago. Now it's just a concrete slab that lays idle. Get a lot of guys come up here and do a bit of fishing off the side. So yeah, and as you can see, loads of people out dog walking and stuff. So once you get up Motley Hill, you come up the hill, carry along the roadway. You think you're going wrong, but you're not. You go up the hill, follow the roadway up, and just keep going. You go past a few houses. And just keep following the road. Once you're over the hill, you'll come down and you'll see a gate in front of you and start to panic. It's a dead end. It's not actually a dead end. Just keep walking down and you'll see where you go from there. It's a bit fragrant around here as well. As it's the water treatment centre. Not very nice. There you go. As you come down to the gates, on the right is the footpath that takes you down onto the creek. So here we are. This is Otterham Creek. This was once quite a bustling port back in the day. Used to take goods all around the coastline, and used to go as far off as just the coast of Europe as well. It's said that Sir Francis Drake actually learned to sail in this creek. True or not? Don't know. I saw it on Wikipedia. I'm not that smart. So not far to go now on our little trek. We're just going to go around the creek now and through the other side. So we're just on the creek side now, probably the last half a mile or so left of the trek today. That's before we get to the end of this, and we walk back up to the station because the cars are parked there. So if you ever do this walk, it's a cracking walk. What we've done is we parked up at Rainham station, we caught the rattler into Rochester, and then we'll walk back to Rainham station. Rochester from Rainham's only a few stops on the rail network. I think the ticket's about £4. Parking at Rainham station's a lot cheaper than parking at Rochester. I think we paid Saturday, I think it was about £3 for the day. I think Sundays it's even cheaper. But it's definitely a good walk out on a summer's day as well. Very nice. Loads of places to stop off, get a brew, get something to eat, chill out. Loads of little peel offs, especially along the riverside. You can peel off any of the little outlets there and get yourself back to the station. All told, I guess it's going to be around about 12-13 miles time we finish. So let's say not a bad day's trek. Well, there you have it, Rochester to Otterham Quay. It's about 12 miles, which has been good. It's been kind to us. We've now got probably about another mile and a bit to go up to the station to get the cars to go back again. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and the grizzly tales of history along the way. It's a cracking walk. I do say that if you're ever around this neck of the woods, come down and have a look and have a walk through it. Summertime it's beautiful. It's a real good cracking walk. So if you've enjoyed the video, leave some comments, give us some tips, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and if you haven't seen all of our other videos, go and have a look at them. But yeah, a cracking day. Let me spin you around. Miss Noakes, how's your day been?
Good, thank you.
Enjoyed?
Yeah.
How's your legs?
Not too bad.
Nice and warm still? Looking forward to the walk back to the car?
Yes, very much so.
Callum, how's your day been?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, a bit drier than the last time?
Yeah, still got my legs out.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So stick some comments down about Callum's legs and whether he should wear shorts or not shorts. That'd be good. So that's me signing off now. I'll say come down, have a look. It's a great track. Look at our other videos. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done. It helps get to 100 subscribers. If you don't follow us on Facebook, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on TikTok. So go and give us a look and help support us, build a community. That's what we're trying to do. So take care everyone. Until next time, see you again soon.